So I've been living in this apartment with two of my buddies for about 2 months now. And surprising as it may come, we actually hunt treasure for our living. It's a very unexpected job and you never know what you're looking for. So let me take you through a very normal day in our lives. Also, the name of the other two of my buddies is
Freddy, Larry. Yes.
So I was looking for some treasures on treasurehunting.com and I found this treasure. We have to deliver a pizza and get a treasure in return.
Isn't it just called Pizza Delivery? Maybe.
Maybe? You're an idiot, BEEGUY. What do? Find treasures, right?
Do you think George Augustus found pizza just for a bunch of dummies to find it again? And you know what? George Augustus didn't even eat a pizza, let alone invent it. Cause he played violin and died in 1860s before the pizza was even discovered. And you know what he didn't do? Waste 3 hours on the internet. Cause internet wasn't discovered either. Larry, what were you doing for the past 3 hours? I was checking if all the lollipops in mixed fruit Swedish happy lollipops with perfect spherical shapes had perfect spherical shapes with each lollipop.
Have I ever questioned your life choices? Also, they're not to be eaten. They're for Halloween exclusively.
Oh yeah, I didn't eat any.
Freddy, what have you been up to? I was seeing if I can fit the mixed fruit Swedish happy lollipops with perfect spherical shapes into my perfectly spherical nostril. So, did any of them fit? All of them.
Interesting. Just make sure not to eat them. They're for Halloween exclusively. Larry?
Alright, so our mission is to deliver this pizza to the Few More Days Left residents, not to be confused by Few More Days Right residents. It's located right next to the bamboo brick factory that got bankrupt brief time before. How did they got bankrupt? They were caught smoking weed using bamboo sticks. Is that illegal? Of course using bamboo sticks is illegal. Don't ask questions though, it's owned by a panda.
Logically speaking, since the village next to us is about 50 kilometers of travel, taking into consideration the traffic, rough roads, and the air resistance, the rate of evaporation, and the speed of sound from my mouth to your ears, even considering the situation that... Okay, Mr. Brain, now you have to come up with an idea to reach the delivery location without these problems. Just take your time and give a wise solution. And that's why ponies are closer to chameleons than horses.
Horses. We're gonna use horses. Larry, now go get some horses and go towards the delivery location. We'll meet you midway.
Horses? That's an even stupider idea. Horses are...
So 8-foot quarter horses should be the perfect choice for our travel. Nice, the pizza delivery location is only 5 minutes of walking distance from here. Our taxi will arrive shortly. Giant omelette. Omelette? Come on, Freddy, we don't eat taxis. And then after that, we're off to the pizza delivery location. The road was surprisingly bumpy though. I wonder what Larry was up to. I've been walking for a while now. Way in the middle of a city am I supposed to find a bunch of horses sitting and waiting for me to take them on for a ride? They're not sitting.
Hello, we're here for the delivery.
Yeah, here's your order. It's to be delivered to the Few More Days Left residents, not to be confused by Few More Days Right residents. What's the deal with the Few More Days Right residents?
Whoa, where have you heard about Few More Days Right residents? Okay, I'll tell you the story. Mrs. Wright from the Wright residence ordered pizza from a pizza shop nearly every single day. But one day when we were on the delivery, no one answered. We went in the house to check if everything was alright, but to our surprise, no one was at home at that point. At this point, the pizza was getting cold and there was no way of paying for the pizza. So we ate the pizza and moved all of our furniture to the shop. It was a hard day at work. Also, the sofa you see over there was exceptionally heavy. It might look old, but our shop has been doing amazing since we moved in the furniture. You moved the entire furniture for just one pizza? Well, we were only gonna take the frying pan, but since we were moving the stuff anyways, we thought we might as well...
Take everything?
The pan had a hole on its handle.
Take us to the bamboo brick factory. Aren't we forgetting something? If you're forgetting, it's probably not that important. Maybe if I gave them something to eat, they might follow me. Now what can I find around here for them to eat? Aha! Some delicious fresh grass.
Huh? 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 Aw. Huh?
Here we are, the few more days left residents, not to be confused by the few more days right residents. Pizza Delivery. Come in, have a seat. Don't ask questions. And then we sat down with Mrs. Left for a cup of tea. What happened to Mrs. Right? I heard she went missing a while ago.
This is the story from years ago. Before the construction of this factory, there was a village here. Mrs. Wright and I lived side by side at the outskirts of the village. Mrs. Wright used to lend horses for people in the village to travel from the village to the city, as the path was too long and the villagers couldn't afford motor vehicles. Their stable was conveniently located at the outskirts of the village, and so was her home for taking care of the horses. She also used to eat these pizzas from the same pizza shop. She used to tell everyone how good they were and that they should try them once they get a chance to visit the city. It was a good time while it lasted. Then one day, a brick manufacturing company came and offered everyone in the village a permanent settlement in the city. Why did the company choose to build the factory here instead of all of the space around us, you ask? The answer is, it was owned by a panda. Don't ask questions. People took all of our horses on lease for their travel, but this time, they wouldn't return it. I remember seeing Mrs. Wright sitting there and waiting for her horses every single day. She believed that they will return someday, which they never did. She was lonely and depressed. Only things that kept her occupied were the pizza she ordered every day. She soon ran out of her savings that were little to begin with. Then one day, I heard some people carrying furniture out of her home. They even took her couple sofa that was the last mark of her husband, whom she lost in the war a while ago. She said she would never let go of it, even if it costed her her life, and I haven't heard from her ever since. Well, that was heartbreaking. What kind of monster would take all of her furniture after all that? Either way, we still have some work to do. Take good care of yourself, Mrs. Left.
I was really moved after listening to that story. But things happened and we have to simply move on. But what happened next, I still can't wrap my head around. Hey, I'm back. I made my delivery. Welcome back, BEEGUY. Just give me a few moments. I'll be back with your payment. You may sit down until then. Hey, what's that? There's something inside the sofa. Mrs. Wright? So how did you get here? Oh no, it's happening again. After I lost all my horses, I started eating pizzas. In that time of my loneliness, that was the only thing that kept me occupied. I was running out of money. I remember ordering pizza and not having the money to pay it off. I hid inside my couple's sofa, the last memory of my long lost husband. And then a group of people brought me here. I didn't know where I was going, but as long as I had this sofa, I had nothing else to live for. I was brought to this pizza shop. I ate from the people's order on this table. But since you didn't order anything, I got caught. This place might have been small and dirty, but at least it wasn't lonely. People who visited this shop were old friends of mine. They might have never noticed me, but even knowing that they exist and are doing fine was enough for me.
So that's why the sofa was that heavy. But you have nothing to worry about. I can arrange you an apartment to live in, and you can eat as much as you want from our pizza shop. That's the least we can do. I mean, your furniture is what made this shop this popular. It's not the furniture. Years ago, I used to eat these pizzas and ask everyone in my village to eat here whenever they got a chance. When they got settled in the city because of bamboo brick factory, they must have found the shop and became regular customers. Even till today, I was happy being around these people. The people I grew up with. They might have betrayed me, but that didn't change my love for them. It's calming to know that they're doing fine in their lives. And honestly, that's all I ask of them.
To home. Aren't we forgetting something? If you can't remember, it's probably not that important.